Welcome to this unboxing of the official Retro 4-pack Mattel Retros Wave 3. And there seems to be a lot of excitement around this set because we've all seen these figures before, whether it's in custom form or prototype form or just those rumours that have done the rounds for years. The orange set that was supposed to be at the end of the Hasbros with a Doink and a Lex. We've seen the Rhythm and Blues Greg Valentine figure in adverts and on the back of cards of Hasbros, and a rumour of a tugboat too. So that's what they've served up to us in this latest box. Let's take a look at what's inside. I have to say, just full disclosure, I am not quite as excited about this set as I have been about the others. I may be in the minority. I'm not necessarily as bothered about getting these figures. And there's the Greg Valentine. He's probably, of all of them, the one I want the most. You can take a look at him and his card. There's the back. Nice to see this retro style information card on the bottom. That's Greg. And who else have we got in here? There's Lex. Pretty basic figure. That's the back. Let's take a look at Tugboat. Here we go. Now, I've been pretty consistent with these retros that I am just excited that they're being made. I'm really happy that somebody's making these figures to go with my Hasbros. As an original Hasbro collector, it's just great. I never thought I'd see the day. And that is still the case. I have to say, certainly with the last wave, there were some questions for me about the quality of them. Okay, look, they're getting them out there. It's quite niche. They're doing it for collectors like me. It's great that they're doing it, but I do start to wonder whether maybe we should be expecting a little bit more. And I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't want to be picky. I don't want to complain because I really like them and I want them to keep making them. But some of the paint detail on the last wave, particularly on the Heart Foundation figures, was pretty ropey. They're pretty lightweight figures. Let's take a look at some of these. I mean, you've seen them already. I think some of their faces leave a bit to be desired. Let's have a look. Let's open Lex up, shall we? Again, you know, figures I actually want. I think for me, I would rather new people. I'd rather, you know, all four of these have been made before in Hasbro form, and I understand why they've made them, and I understand why collectors want them. But for me, I think I'd rather have new people. So there's Lex Express, USA Lex. Let's get some focus on him. Pretty basic figure. Okay, it's fine. I mean, I think you can tell that's Lex Luger. It's a cartoonish Lex. Looks a little bit like... If you're here in the UK, do you remember the old advert for Chewits? The Chewit monster. Yeah. Well, he's happy to be here anyway. It's a happy Lex. And it's a cartoon. It's cartoon-like. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure that's the greatest head. Here's another one. That head looks tiny. It looks squashed. Looks like somebody's come and squashed his head. I think one of the things is we've seen these figures in prototypes and people have made customs of them over the years. So I've seen so many custom versions of these figures over the years. But to me, these figures sort of look a bit like that. Let's have a look at Doink. Well, first thing to say, to be honest, I have to be disappointed that they haven't gone for fluffy hair. I mean, if Hasbro could do it, couldn't have been that difficult. Good articulation, got a bit of a spin. It's quite loose there, but it spins. Yeah, it's fine. It just looks like a sort of slightly repainted figure with a squashed head. I'm disappointed about that hair, I have to be honest with you. A bit out of focus at the background there. Let's get this one up in the front. I don't know what to make of this, if I'm really honest. Don't know what to make of this one. And again, I love this set. I love this line. I want them to keep making these. I don't want to be critical. I've tried to be as positive as I possibly can. But I mean, what, you know, let me know in the comments what you think about these. What is that? Does it? I mean, I suppose it's Tugboat, but that head doesn't appear to go with I don't think that head matches the figure or any other figure in the line. Looks like Captain Pugwash. I think that's bizarre looking. That looks like somebody's made that. It looks like a custom or a prototype, as I keep saying. I don't think that looks like an official WWE release figure, if I'm really honest. We got one of those in the Mattel line, the bigger scale line, and it was perfectly fine. Okay, so here's the one I really want from this set. Here's Greg. You know, we know these are lightweight. We know that they're much more lightweight than the old Hasbros. So I'm accepting that. I'm not expecting them to be really heavy-duty things. I think I want a bit of detail. The Jimmy Hart in the last series was really good. Had a bit of detail and a bit of weight to it. Comes with a guitar. Had one of those before with the Elias figure. That's nice. Oh, I'm trying not to lose that bit. Got a nice guitar there. Does that go together? There's a guitar. That stands up nicely. And there's Greg. We are getting another one of these from the Keller line. Be interesting to compare the two. I mean, this is the official release. It's a WWE figure. Again, pretty lightweight. It's got the action. I think they look really, really cheaply made. I know they're getting them out fast. I know they're just, you know, there's probably perhaps a smaller market for these than some of the others. But I've got to ask myself, could we just be expecting a little bit more? I think maybe we could. I think maybe we could just expect a little bit more, because I think those figures, they look like prototypes. They look like the things that appear at a toy fair and then they get worked on. I think this is a really, really, really disappointing set. This figure in particular, which I really wanted, he's just got sort of a giant moulded head. It just doesn't look finished. You know, it's got a shine to his jacket, but he's got this sort of matte finish on his legs, and it just looks really cheap and lightweight. Now, the Zombie Sailor figures that are out there are much more detailed. They're much more expensive, but they're much better detail. I think the Keller toys, generally speaking, are not, you know, as high end. That's why they're cheaper. But I think even the Kellers are better than these. For 4 people who were in the line before, and okay, they may be Holy Grail figures for some people, I'm not particularly bothered about this set. I'm not bothered about the design of the figures. But had they brought them out, had they released all 4 of these and they'd been really brilliant and, you know, blow away, had he had proper hair, had it been just this incredible detail, I think he'd be more excited. I think these are really, really poor. It's a shame. And I've said before, I don't mind them being a bit cartoon-like. I don't mind them being a bit fun. I don't mind them even being, you know, a little bit rough around the edges, because Hasbro's always were. But I think actually, as collectors, we can expect a little bit more, don't you? Still. We've got them now. They're here. They've officially been made by the WWE. They're in the collection forever. They'll go nicely alongside the Hasbros. But I think probably it's the weakest set yet for me. Let me know what you think in the comments underneath. More videos to come.